Good morning. Elsewhere here. How's everybody doing? I'm in front of my makeup mirror again. I've really been enjoying doing this little series where I kind of have the makeup mirror and the camera right in front of me. So hopefully, right here, my eyes, I'm looking at my timer, and then if I look up like this, you can actually almost see, if you look closely, the reflection of my pupils. I'm looking into my makeup mirror. So rather than having a ring light, I just have lights all the way around my mirror. It has different hues and different brightness. So today, and then back here, see that little tiny window? That is kind of how I know what my palette is looking like for the day. So if the sky is blue, I go with a brighter, warmer tone. Today is extremely gray. We have a lot of overcast, and so I'm actually on my medium tone. It's just kind of a mix between the warm and the cool, and I have it turned up really bright because outside is basically, you think a gray day is going to be darker, but it's really kind of a neon gray. So it's still quite bright, and a lot of times you'll notice, especially if you live on the water, even on a gray day, the lighting can be fairly harsh. You find yourself squinting, and I feel like that's kind of the kind of day we're having. So today is shower day with the ladies, so I am not doing my makeup. Oh, look at that, I missed a hair. Oh well. So I decided I would try this. These are bigger curlers. These are the ones I used to use. The ones I'm using now are just much smaller, and that's what you saw in my roller set when I pulled it out. Today what I did, that roller set is still in, and so I just put these bigger rods in. I gave it a little mist of water, and I just sat under my hood dryer for about 10 minutes on high heat and then about 10 minutes on really low heat. So I thought I'd pull this out, and we'll do like some back combing and some hairstyling this morning, and we'll see what happens with my new hairdo. One thing I've noticed is this side, actually, when I have my hair all down, and the way that it's cut, it's very symmetrical, but for some reason I have this lower roller and I had to make it smaller. I have a feeling I just managed to roll up the shorter hair inside some of the longer hair here, and so it just kind of worked out that way. But we'll see. The left side of my hair is much fuller and thicker. I talked about this a little bit. This side not only is extremely thin, but it's also white. So I just kind of basically look kind of bald. And then I kind of made a decision to go somewhat asymmetrical with my tattoo plan. I think I'm gonna start with my gray side because it's so light and I already look so bald. I'm just not really afraid to shave it down to skin in order to have the work done. And then once that side's done, and also I part my hair to the left, and so once that side is done, then I'll contemplate and think about the left side. I'm happy that I have this little tattoo here, but quite frankly, it doesn't show. I might get that like darkened up a little bit, but anyway, so this is where I'm at in my hair journey. So I thought it would be fun today. I'm gonna go through, I'll go ahead and pull these out. Like I said, my hair was basically dry. It was dry when I put these in, and then I misted it with just a water bottle, and then, like I said, 10 minutes on high heat, The high heat helps the hair mold into the shape that you want it to, that you're putting it in. And then the cold heat helps it adhere to that shape once you take it out. Okay, so that's the method there. That's how hair works. Heat it up to get it where you want it, cool it down to keep it there. These, you'll notice, are much easier to take out. It's because they don't wrap around this rod. My hair, is that long. And so it just doesn't wrap itself around the rod as much. And you can see it's kind of a fluffier, softer look. It's not what you would call curly necessarily. Which is good, because that's kind of what I'm going for today. Excuse me while Lodi's been really needy this morning. I've been following him around. He's sitting here right now. He's getting a drink of water. Okay. He keeps calling me to his food dish, which is full. I've moved it. I've shaken it. I even put a little bit of fresh food on top, and he still keeps calling me to his food dish, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so, and like I said, we may have a visit. See, I just love that. I could just leave that like that. I think it's pretty and soft and feminine, and then I have kind of this edgy quality over here. So, but for the sake of the video, and for the sake of having this new hairdo, what I wanted to do for you guys is I'm going for the, excuse me while I pull my hair back here. That's what I forgot. Of course. So what I'll do, just to hold this hopefully up out of my way, I'll stick this in because I just need the hair underneath it real quick. So I'm going into my center back. This is the hardest section for me to back comb, and you can see I have to lean back in the chair. I'm using this really cool, keep holding stuff up in the mirror. I love this. It's just a back combing brush, and it grabs more strands of hair, so you have less strokes to do the back comb. Also, I have some hairspray off to the side, and this, especially like around my hairline, I don't usually use hairspray in that part. The other thing is, if I take a section that's approximately the depth of these longest bristles, then it's only going to back comb the underside of the section, and it leaves that smooth layer for me on top. Also with my lady upstairs, we do a roller set for her too, and I do a back comb. I actually back comb the surface that you see, and then the hair in front of it. Actually, I'm gonna do that here too, for me. I'm gonna try it today. So the section that's up in the roller, part of that is gonna fall down over this back combed. You can see it's a big old ball now, kind of. Okay. And then here on the side, I got this little bit. So the idea here is to get this up and away today. Remember when I first showed you my new hairdo? See that? So it's basically going straight up in the air. I had said I was riding around with my client, and I didn't want her to have to, she was going to be in the passenger seat. So I didn't want her to have to stare at my shaved head. And so I wore it down. And today is, like I said, we're gonna do, she's got shower day, we'll do her roller set, and then usually on shower day we try to do like maybe a kitchen project. We'll do some baking, kind of a home day, you know? It's kind of chilly outside, you get a nice hot shower and get your hair done and maybe put on a little extra like face moisturizer. That's what I have going on today. I'm not going to be doing my makeup until much later. So I just slathered my face in oil. And honestly, when I'm really non-committal with a hairdo like I am today, I did bring out my hairspray normally. So basically this is kind of going to be a mock-up to see if I like this style. So I'm not going to put the hairspray in to my back comb until, I mean, usually if I use hairspray in my back comb, I only want to do that if I'm planning on wearing it until I'm ready to shampoo my hair, because brushing it out is difficult and it takes time. And using the hairspray in the back comb will keep all your volume, and it's fairly easy to keep your hair styled. So, you know, that's a good thing if you like the way your hair is styled. But what if I don't like it? Look how tall that is. See, I mean, like if I put hairspray in there and I decide I don't want that, and then again, you can see how you can't really see the back comb through the front here. And it's because I'm taking chunks that are wider than these teeth, okay? So it's only going to back comb about 1/4 inch of the section. So it's behind this section. You can see my little piece of hair there. That was my, I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to add some texture and I wanted some root lift in my hair, and normally putting in some smaller, some shorter internal layers will do that. But I don't know how I ended up with this tiny little chunk right in the middle of the rest of my hair. But that was me, it wasn't the hairdresser. I don't know if she noticed it. I kind of hope not, because I didn't tell my hairdresser that I am a hairdresser. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Because this lady, I probably could have, she was a little bit younger, but evidently she's been there for a very long time. So she is an experienced hairdresser, but sometimes it can make a hairdresser feel insecure, and other times they really like it, because it's like kind of like when I'm doing my job and I'm talking to a nurse. Sometimes a nurse really likes it that you speak their language, and sometimes they're like, you know, I don't need this much information, right? Or it just kind of depends on, okay, so one of the styles that I really wanted to work on with this hairdo is a Liberty curl kind of idea. And so, but today, it's not really what I'm going for. So the other thing I can do here, or that a back comb will do, my hair is really thick on top. So what I've done is I've brought it all down in here and made these ends a lot lighter and a lot easier to move around. And what do we have? We have your basic curled beehive offset And then on this side, I'm actually going to go in and grab this. I can't see it, so I'm just hoping I want a little length because I want to keep the perimeter somewhat, perimeter meaning this, somewhat soft, and you can see how much volume I have in here. Maybe I could bring a little bit of that forward, or maybe bring a little bit of this kind of back. So there we have it, folks. Basic beehive back comb, asymmetrical, bouffant. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really sure what this side is doing. I might look in the, right here. I might go look in the mirror as but the idea is for this to actually swoop up and over like this. And then have some kind of tendril situation, okay? So I'll have to, I might work with that. I can tell this isn't backcombed. If it's floppy, then it doesn't have enough bass. Kind of like music. If it's floppy, it probably needs more bass. Okay. I'm happy with it. And now when I do the shower this morning, I just put a shower cap on, and this will be the dew. Something else that I've done with this look, and it does hold, I really like it. I use kind of a clay or a pomade or a putty, what have you, in this under part, and I can actually direct this hair any way I want to. So there's the one that didn't make it into the roller. There it goes, see? So there she is. I kind of consider the month of October kind of the dress up season, but also just basically, especially in the fall, and when, you know, you're this is good year round, but it's a little more flamboyant, a little more dress up, a little more playful, keeps things light. Here goes my nose, sorry folks. Okay, so that's 18 minutes. My hair is done for the day. The other thing I wanted to show you guys, I had been talking about kind of go-tos and neutrals, and I wanted to show you, I talk about my rose, Dusty Rose lip. Dusty Rose is a description for pigment that's been around for a really long time. And you'll find it in higher end drugstore. It doesn't really matter. It's just this medium brown pink, okay? So I thought I would show you guys. So here's the ones I already had, and I'm gonna swatch. Because I told you I went shopping for darker tones. I have 6 here. So this is my go-to. Oh, I guess I better come over here. I've never done this before. My go-to medium rose. I would normally take that and like blend it in, and I showed you guys that with the brush. See how it's way lighter? Okay, and then the darker version of that is still like a dusty rose, but it's got more like the berry. And then I would blend that, you know, like I said. Okay. And then this is the Revlon I picked up looking for that dark fall tone. And this is what I ended up bringing home. This is the one that I said is very brown. I guess I would kind of call it more like a, say, a pumpkin spice. The other two, you can see how pink this one is, neutral, and then really dark brown. And I am not totally crazy about this one, okay? So then, what did I order? This is the one, I believe, yeah, I've used this one. So this is the one I used in my last video. Of makeup, and I'll just kind of diffuse that like I would on my lip. This is the same brand, you know. I have not used this one yet. I actually thought the one I just put on was the one I ordered, and I was like, huh, it came in a black tube instead of a pink or a white tube. Well, no, somehow I managed to order, because I said I was looking for one that was kind of all of these hues mixed together. And then I found this one. I actually have one more I'll throw in just because I haven't used this one either. And so the formula, I don't even know the formula, okay? So I believe it's a matte. Okay, so these two are like basically almost identical. I would say these two would be interchangeable. This one's a little bit dark, but you can see. Okay, and then just for comparison, if I'm really deciding to be kind of maybe a little outside the box, I would go in maybe with, let's put it right along here. That. It's extremely, I mean, it's purple purple. So basically, my experiment, I've never put these all side by side, and obviously they're not on my lip with my complexion. And ignore this one. And basically, if I had to choose the one I'm really into right now, Wet n Wild, it doesn't really, oh my God, I don't have my glasses. I can't even begin to tell you what color this is. This is that neutral brown berry. It's darker, but it's still soft. Maybe even has a little bit of a purple hue. And that is this one. So anyway, okay, well, I'm not doing my makeup. Let's just try it on my lips, which are extremely dry and okay, this is so soft. Very creamy. I believe, okay, I'm going to talk about Wet n Wild just because, okay, there's a couple reasons. Extremely affordable. The pigment is true to what you see, whether it's in the powder blushes or the foundations, these lipsticks. See, what you see right there really is what's in here and what's on here. So they don't have any fragrance. I don't have an allergic reaction to these. And these tubes of lipstick, I think, were like $1.99 a piece. So when you're picking a new shade, you can get, this is basically two, I didn't know which one I wanted. Black is matte, white is gloss. I like the gloss, that's fine. This time of year it feels a little lip balmy, and so it's probably better for my lips. And that might also explain why they're a little bit dry, using the mattes. And then just in the interest of beauty, because this is a shine high gloss, let's go in with the powder technique. Because like I was saying before, this powder and lipstick layering technique, I looked up Marilyn Monroe's makeup artist, and I can't remember, it's I think his first name is Alan, but his nickname was Whitey. That's what he went by. That's what Marilyn called him. And he's the one who came up with, between the two of them, they collaborated on her very, it's a very layered, detailed kind of techniques that they use. So they developed specifically for her. Everything from how she did her eye makeup to this technique I'm using on the lips. It was very deliberate and very planned out. And what I'm finding is that's one of the things that they don't really talk about as far as makeup artistry. No matter how subtle you're trying to make this all look, the tips and tricks are very deliberate, and they're intended to do more than just apply color to the face. So anyway, I find that interesting. Let's go in with some powder, and we're at about a half hour, so I'll probably cut this off. Interesting that in the mirror, this is actually really beautiful. It might explain, it really sucks up a lot more of the powder. And so now that I have, and I can't feel it on my lips anymore. Sorry, wrong tube. So let's try this again. So anyway, they use that layer of Vaseline. And I was saying before that I didn't really understand why you would add the gloss and then take it away. And it just seemed to me like counterintuitive. But now, because this gloss kind of has that soft, greasy texture, I think I can see why the Vaseline or using something with a little bit of gloss in it like that would help the staying power. And then your final layer, if you want it shiny. I also noticed I look thick all over this tube. I don't know how I did that. How the hell did I do that? Oh, it's broken. It's stuck to the side. Damn, that's a shame too, because I might see if I can find a way to fix that or use this. Actually, I probably won't apply it like this. I'll use a brush. That's what'll happen. And that's a really good note. That's just a learning lesson. That's a good reason to use a brush, because even if your lipstick is down low, if you go to swipe it, you can break the stick itself. And that kind of sucks. Okay, so, and now it's inside the tube, and there's probably really, I mean, I would have to go in there and like really find a way to clean that. It's having to apply myself to a arbitrary, completely unnecessary, shouldn't have happened in the first place kind of a chore. So here I can see the shine. It knocks it down to more of a, what I would call a satin finish. So not that high gloss, light reflecting, it's more diffused. Also, I would normally go in with my pencil or my lip brush right now. Let's just do it since you're here and I'm almost done with the video. And just go in around the edges here and change. This is another reason I really like using, yeah, okay. So I'm not happy with this pigment. I would have to put on a really good lip liner. Okay, so I didn't prep my lips. I didn't do a lip liner. A lip liner I might do with this, which would be really fun, is this actually really pale orchid color. And then basically that's just gonna help the lipstick stick to it, and it's gonna diffuse my lip line. The pink in my natural tone is really pretty clashy. And considering I have applied the lipstick itself 3 times, this is really kind of, the lipstick itself is just kind of sliding around on my lip, so it's very blotchy. But it's just for fun, and I didn't do the prep the way I normally would. Normally there would be a layer of foundation, there would be powder. Then there would be a layer of lip liner, which is much waxier and heavier, and then a layer of powder, and then I would start. It also may be because this formula is a high gloss, and so it might just work better for me to go with a matte. Or maybe not do the powder trick and carry this tube with me and just kind of reapply. The issue with that is that you're not going to have a brush. Excuse me. Gloss doesn't stay in place. It's going to transfer to whatever you touch. Blot. Blotting is another thing you can do in lieu of using a powder, but so, you know, if you're out and about, I would just make sure you have a way to blot your lipstick. I am going to wipe this. I use makeup removing wipes so that I don't wreck my washcloths, but then I always go back with soap and water and kind of wash this stuff off. So anyway, that was fun. Lipstick swatching, beehive, and fall lipstick choices. It also, honestly, I mean, I'm so rosy, right? And I put this color on and it just gives me that, it makes my gums look so, I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to do a whole look with it at some point. I think my hair turned out awesome. I think I'm happy. I'm gonna go look. It's just supposed to kind of flow this way. This is all kind of one curl right here, and I'm just not quite sure if that's happening or not. I don't know. I feel like there should be more. Like it should be broke up a little more. Maybe hang a little longer. I don't know. I might have to back comb this a little more. I can't decide what this piece is doing right here. It is coming in like a bob, and it's giving me this little flipper on my ear, so it is cute. Anyway, there she is, ready for the day. Have a great day, you guys. Elsewhere out.